Howard Shy. Go ahead.
Then the Lord will make thy plagues wonderful, and the plagues of thy seed, even great plagues, and of a long continuance, and sore sicknesses, and of long continuance. Moreover, he will bring upon thee all the diseases of Egypt, which thou wast afraid of, and they shall cleave unto thee. Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law.
Read that again. SARS, H1N1, AIDS, herpes simplex 10, syphilis, gonorrhea. Go ahead.
Also every sickness and every plague which is not written in the book of this law, them will the Lord bring upon thee until thou be destroyed.
Ebola. Go ahead.
And you shall be left few in number, whereas you were as the stars of heaven for multitude, because thou wouldest not obey the voice of the Lord thy power.
That's right. Now, let's go from there to the book of 2 Chronicles, the 21st chapter, the 14 and the 15 verse. And immediately after that, go to Psalms 38, verses 3 to 7. First one is 2 Chronicles 21 verses 14 to 15, then Psalms 38, verses 3 to 7.
All right, 2 Chronicles chapter 21, verse 14. Behold, with a great plague will the Lord smite thy people, and thy children, and thy wives, and all thy goods. And thou shalt have great sickness by disease of thy bowels, until thy bowels fall out by reason of the sickness day by day. Psalms 38 and start at 3, right?
Yeah, this was a plague that was given to an individual, but this plague can also apply to yourself. Go ahead.
Psalms chapter 38, verse 3. There is no soundness in my flesh because of thine anger, neither is there any rest in my bones because of my sin. For mine iniquities are gone over mine head. As an heavy burden they are too heavy for me. My wounds stink and are corrupt because of my foolishness. I am troubled, I am bowed down greatly, I go mourning all the day long. Verse 7. For my loins are filled with a loathsome disease, and there is no soundness in my flesh.
So when this devil decides to make that outbreak happen, cause an outbreak to take place, a lot of you Israelites, you 2/3, you're gonna be victims of that. Go ahead.
For my loins are filled with a loathsome disease, and there is no soundness in my flesh.
Now go to Psalms 41 and 8. Psalm 41 verse 8.
Psalms chapter 41 verse 8. An evil disease, say they, cleaveth fast unto him, and now that he lieth, he shall rise up no more.
Because if you get plagued with certain diseases and there's no cure to it, that's death. And they blatantly showed you in the movie, man. You know, one day a person had symptoms. The next day they go to the hospital. The next hour they're dead.
What happened to her?
So this was like one of the articles said. This is a thinking man's movie. In a very serious, you have to be serious minded in this movie. All right, go ahead.
I'll read it again. Psalms 41 and 8. An evil disease, say they, cleaveth fast unto him, and now that he lieth, he shall rise up no more.
Yeah, now let's go from there to the book of Matthew, the 9th chapter, and the 35th verse. And then right from there, go to Matthew, the 10th chapter, and the 1st verse.
Matthew chapter 9, verse 35. And Yahushua went about all the cities and villages, teaching in their synagogues, and preaching the gospel of the kingdom, and healing every sickness and every disease among the people. Matthew 10 and 1. And when he had called unto him his 12 disciples, he gave them power against unclean spirits to cast them out and to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease.
Yeah, so that pretty much right there is telling you that when this thing really starts happening, the Most High is going to have to give us spiritual. We're looking to get spiritual power. We're looking to get spiritual power, whether we get it on this side or whether we get it on the other side. We're looking and praying that we get it on this side, because things are going to get bad in this society. You see what's happening around the world. Bloomberg, he had mentioned in one of his radio spots yesterday that he sees riots coming to New York, coming to America. You got a lot of people criticizing him, but he made sense. If it's happening around the world, it's going to happen over here. Go ahead.
That was it on that.
All right, give me Luke 9 and 1.
This is the book of Luke, chapter 9, verse 1. It says, "Then he called his 12 disciples together and gave them power and authority over all devils and to cure diseases."
That means he gave them what? Spiritual power. So we're looking to get spiritual power. All right? Go from there to Revelation, the 11th chapter, and go right to the point that has to be around the 4th or 5th verse. Spiritual power. 5th verse. Go ahead.
Revelation 11 and 5. "And if any man will hurt them, fire proceedeth out of their mouth, and devoureth their enemies. And if any man will hurt them, he must in this manner be killed. These have power to shut heaven, that it rain not in the days of their prophecy, and have power over water to turn them to blood, and to smite the earth with all plagues as often as they will. And when they shall have finished their testimony, the beast that ascendeth out of the bottomless pit shall make war against them, and shall overcome them and kill them."
And that already happened. All right? That already happened. Because when you go back into the history of the scriptures, you find out that the prophets had spiritual power. Moses was given spiritual power. Elijah was given spiritual power. When you read about the apostles 2,000 years ago, they had spiritual power. So we're looking to get that spiritual power. Now give me the book of Acts, the 19th chapter and the 12th verse. And then go to Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha, the 10th chapter and the 10th verse. But give me Acts 19 and 12 first.
Acts chapter 19, verse 12. "So that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the diseases departed from them."
Now you got these idiots out here. You got a main clown out here named Kearney Thomas that screams. He'll go, "Hey, God!" Anyway, he pushes this, and others do that. They'll buy in bulk. They'll buy some. In Spanish they call it paños. What do you call it? Hand wipes or handkerchiefs, but they call it paños. Give me that paño over there, and they'll take the paño. And they said, this handkerchief is right out the Bible. And they'll read the scripture, and they'll send it to you. And you stupid ass, mainly you dumb ass black ass women, and you Latin tribes women, you send them $100, $500, and get a paño, a damn handkerchief, a face cloth, and you put some olive oil on it. Or he might give you a bottle of olive oil that he got from the supermarket, and you put that on there and rub it on yourself thinking that you're going to get healed. And you don't get healed. Well, back then, 2,000 years ago, people were actually getting healed. Go ahead.
"And the Most High wrought special miracles by the hands of Paul, so that from his body were brought unto the sick handkerchiefs or aprons, and the diseases departed from them, and the evil spirits went out of them."
Yeah, because when you get a disease, you get a bonus with that disease. You get a demon, So if you have a disease unto death, that's why it's hard to get that disease off you, because there's a demon maintaining that, man. Just like the CDC, the Council on the Center for Disease Control, who all up in there? A bunch of damn demons. Because they tell you that they're controlling the disease. They're not getting rid of the disease. They're packing that shit away, man, in case they got to use it on your ass again. All right, go ahead. That was it. All right, give me the last scripture in the Apocrypha, Ecclesiasticus 10, verse 10.
Ecclesiasticus 10 and 10. "The physician cutteth off a long disease, And he that is today a king, tomorrow shall die.
Yeah, because in the movie they showed you this prominent doctor that got caught up in that mess and just dropped dead. But that doctor had the cure, was able to break down. But that particular doctor got caught up in that mess. So you're gonna have prominent individuals that's gonna get caught up in this thing that's not supposed to get caught up in this thing. They're gonna be setting the plan up, putting the plan in play, and some of them are gonna get caught up in it and they're gonna die. All right. Now with that, I got one more scripture. Give me Daniel